So how did I make 5 figures in a month as a brand new coach? I'm going to share with you the simple process that I use to make 5 figures in a month. All right, let's sum up this video very quickly. Here's the simple process. I told you it was going to be simple. Here it is. Get calls, book clients. That's it. 4 words, get calls, book clients. So what did this look like? I want to tell you a story. Let me take you back to the very beginning. When I started my coaching business, it was around the end of 2015. I hired a business coach to help me with the business structure. I was able to get my business license and all of the things that I needed to put in place in order to have a legit business, right? I got my LLC, which is what I decided to get. I hired an accountant. I had my business coach. So everything was set up the way that I wanted it to be set up. The next thing that I needed was clients, right? How could I make money so that I could make this business successful? And even though my business coach was able to share with me a couple of things here and there, I was able to get a couple clients booked. But after that, I felt like I was kind of scrambling to continue to get clients. The first few clients came from some joint collaborations that I did. There were people from a warm audience, and I didn't have that large of an audience at the time. So I kept thinking, well, once I exhaust the people from my warm audience, what am I going to do? And, a couple of months in, I hadn't made what I was expecting to make. I wanted to, have that holy grail 5-figure launch. I wanted to have, the pat on the back for myself that I could say I made 6 figures in a year, but it wasn't getting any closer. And it wasn't until I discovered a simple formula that I was able to make 5 figures in a month. And once again, that simple formula was get calls, book clients. But my question was, well, how do I get calls booked? Because if I can get calls booked, of course I could book clients. And it wasn't until I realized that I needed to systemize things. I had to have a process in place. A lot of it came down to mindset also. I had to believe that I could put this process in place. I had to believe that I could get those clients results. I had to believe that I could help them. And I had to know that I had the confidence that they would be willing to come and work with me also. So I hired a mindset coach. I started working with a mindset coach also. And as I started putting this system and formula in place, I was able to book 27 calls in 1 month. 27 calls. Yes. I was floored. I was like, whoa, where are all these people coming from? And it's a simple formula, right? As soon as you book those calls, there's a percentage of those calls that will turn into clients. And for me, I was able to turn 3 of those 27 calls into clients. Now, out of the 27 calls, everyone wasn't qualified. And there were some people that I pitched an offer to that obviously did not choose to work with me, but I was still able to book 3 clients. At that point, I had an offer that I was selling for $3,333. And I booked those 3 clients. So I remember one person in particular chose the payment plan and then later chose to pay in full, which brought her investment down to $3,000. And I had some money coming in from other places. And that was when I was able to hit my first 5-figure month, making $11,000 in that very same month. So how did I get those 27 calls booked? Well, I'll tell you this. It wasn't just from posting in Facebook groups. It wasn't just from doing live streams. It wasn't trying to boost posts. All of those things I had done in the past and they didn't really work for me. It all came down to me realizing that my simple formula included a webinar. And I created a webinar, and I remember the client who came in, I asked her, what was it that made you decide to work with me? And she said, you just seemed really sincere on the webinar. I was surprised that you were sharing so much, and you seem like someone who could really help me kind of take things to the next level. And actually, I remember on that particular sales call, the sales call did not go the way I wanted it to go. Normally for a sales call, I want like no distractions, like everything should be fine. But that day we had someone scheduled to come and do some sort of maintenance around the house. And I remember thinking, I really hope he doesn't come when this call is scheduled. And he happened to come when that call was scheduled. And I was so frustrated because I was on the call with that potential client. So I had put headphones on, my Bluetooth headphones, so I could kind of walk around. And I remember having to say, do you mind hanging on 1 second? Going to him because he was like, hey, I just need you to sign this. And I was like, okay. And I'm like trying to sign it and trying to push him out the door. And I remember apologizing, saying, I'm so sorry. And the great thing was that she was already pre-sold. So when we got on the call, it was really more of a formality. And she was like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, I'm ready. So I, pitched her and made her the offer. And she said, okay, great. Like, let's get started. And I remember being a little shocked because I thought like, man, this call was not as professional as I would want it to be. I wasn't able to give that air of like, I am a high ticket business coach. I wasn't able to share that. And the great thing is that she actually was already sold on working with me before we got on the phone. So that was what allowed me to hit my first 5-figure month. Then from there, I realized that even though I had this formula of like creating a webinar and like bringing people through so that they could book a call with me, it wasn't really systematized. So I took a couple of months to take a step back. And this was hard for me because I thought, if I just keep going, I'll be able to hit 5-figure. But I knew that if I didn't take a step back to actually fine tune and tweak the system, that hustle would eventually kind of drain out. So I took a step back. I decided to work on perfecting the system of the formula. It's one that I now call the You've Got Clients system. And I'm going to share with you in just a little bit how you can learn more about it. But I started perfecting that system. And then I turned things back on in the month of November. So towards the end of October, I turned things back on. November, I had a 5-figure month. December, I had a 5-figure month. And by then I was like, okay, I figured it out. Since then, I've hit 5-figure months over and over and over again. Not every single month. Some months I'm at 8,000. I think I've shared my income on this channel before. But for the most part, on average, I hit anywhere from $7,000 to $8,000 in a month, bringing in coaching and consulting clients. And if it's possible for me, it's possible for you as well. All of this has been done through what I call the You've Got Clients system. I'd love to share it with you. If you need more help generating coaching clients into your business, then you're going to love this new training that I have. All you have to do in order to watch the training is go to you'vegotclients.com/anti-webinar, or you can click the link that's in the description box. During the training, I'm going to share with you how I am helping my clients to get inexpensive webinar registrations, how to create a webinar that is compelling, that brings people into your coaching program, and also how we're creating that path of belief so you get clients that are pre-sold before they even get on the phone with you. I would love for you to join us on the training. Once again, the link is in the description box. Thank you so much for joining. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Like and subscribe. Bye.